Yeah, what's going on, family? Shaman B Miles coming to you live once again with another video from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. In this late evening, I want to come to y'all with another video, man, talking about how the opioid epidemic is overwhelmingly white. And I was actually, checking out an article recently, right? And they was asking, like, why is it that the opioid epidemic is so white? Now, check this out. When I was reading some of the stuff, or what they were saying is they was actually saying that when it came down to non-white people that were actually, prescribing for these particular prescribing for like particular medicines and all that and pills and whatnot, they were saying that they were underprescribed, the people that were actually non-white, because they felt as though they really didn't feel a lot of pain when it came down to it, so they underprescribed people of color. You could pretty much put it in that sense. And they said when it came down, to quote unquote white people, they were also saying, that they were overprescribed to them because they were saying that a lot of times their doctors, they didn't do it consciously, they might have did it subconsciously, right? Because there's always been the saying when it came down to us that that quote unquote black people never felt any pain. That's why they inflict so much pain on us, because they talking about we don't feel any type of pain. Now, when it came down to like quote unquote white people, they were saying that they feel a lot of pain, so they were like overloaded with a lot of pills and all that, right? Come to find out, on one surface of this whole entire thing, they were using their racism subconsciously, to underprescribe to us when it came down to these daggone medicines and all that, right? But they were overprescribed their own people. So so they were saying that now, all of a sudden that, they pretty much trying to they pretty much trying to cover this thing up, trying to make it seem like, we didn't feel any pain. They were underprescribed us and they were overprescribed white people on these opioids and all that, right? And so pretty much when I'm looking at this article, right, they pretty much in their own subconscious mind, by them having a racist mind, like a teacher told me before, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, they always practice racism, whether consciously or subconsciously. But deep down in their psyche, this is the way that they felt, and they overprescribe their own people. So you can say that their own racism has literally put themselves in this own predicament when it's coming down to the opioid crisis. So they were also saying that, now, the whole entire opioid crisis, now it's affected white people. They actually want to take a different approach. And they were saying that the lawmakers and the policymakers, when it came down to it, they were saying that they were saying when it came down to us, people of color, that we can arrest our way out of this problem. Now it's affected them. Now they are saying that we cannot arrest our way out of a problem, because one of the doctors is saying that, I wish that we would have responded to this a lot more quicker, as we doing right about now. Now the only reason why they saying it right about now, it is because they overprescribe their own people, and now they want to take a different approach, because now it's affecting white people at an alarming rate. And they saying that between 90 to 91% of them were actually addicted to these opioids, in particular when it came down to heroin. So you can say that the cost of racism, that is the reason why the opioid epidemic is overwhelmingly white. And when it come down to it, if you ask me, I don't feel nothing. I don't have any sympathy. It is their fault, because the cost of racism, by them having their own type of psyche, when it came down to us not feeling any pain, they did this to themselves. So you cannot expect me to have any sympathy for people who want to look down at a people subconsciously and underprescribed us, when it came down to the medicine. And now that the opioid crisis, now they want to call it a national state of emergency, now that it's affecting, whites in rural and suburban areas, and it's decimating these people at an alarming rate. That is the reason why they want to call it a public health crisis, because it's overwhelmingly white, because they underprescribe people of color, which they did us a favor. They did us a fucking favor. And at the same time, they hurt themselves and they hurt their own people. And that is the reason why. That's one of the reasons why. But you don't have to put together this video, man. Shed thoughts up on the situation. I felt the need to have to shed light up on the situation. Keep on liking and subscribing to my channel. I always appreciate the love. And this is B Miles coming to you live once again from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. One love once again. Peace.